In 1985, Costco started selling a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. 40 years later, that same combo still costs $1.50, while a McDonald's combo went from $2 to $10, while a stadium hot dog now costs $9. While inflation quietly raised the price of nearly everything you own, Costco never moved. Not once. Not in 40 years. Costco is not a charity. It does around $270 billion in revenue a year. So why would a company that size price something below what it costs to make, and keep doing it for 4 straight decades? That question has a very specific answer. Jim Sinegal spent years working under Saul Price. Price drilled one principle into him above everything else. Never charge more than you have to. In the first year, 200,000 people paid $25 just to be allowed to shop there. Not for a product, for access. Within 6 years, Costco became the first company in American history to go from $0 to $3 billion in revenue in under 6 years. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's longtime partner, spent 60 years studying how businesses work. He described Costco as one of the most admirable institutions in the capitalist world. That is not a compliment Munger gave to many companies. Around that time, almost as a side decision, someone priced a hot dog and soda at $1.50, and before long that price had become the most recognizable number in American retail. By 2013, that $1.50 price was becoming a serious problem. Beef costs had been rising for years. The gap between what it cost to make the combo and what Costco charged for it was getting dangerously narrow. So Craig Jelinek, Costco's new CEO, went to co-founder Jim Sinegal with what seemed like a perfectly reasonable proposal. Raise the price. Sinegal's response became a legend inside the company. If you raise the effing hot dog price, I will kill you. Now go figure it out. And Jelinek figured it out. Costco built its own hot dog manufacturing facilities, one in California and one in Illinois. Instead of relying on an outside manufacturer, Costco began producing its own Kirkland Signature Franks, and quietly made them slightly larger, while most food brands were shrinking their portions. They also switched beverage suppliers to reduce the soda cost. An entire supply chain restructured, not to increase profit, but to protect a price held for nearly 30 years. In fiscal year 2025, Costco reported selling around 245 million hot dog combos. More than every Major League Baseball stadium in America combined, and they make very little on each one. That is entirely by design. Walk into a Costco on a Saturday afternoon, and something happens to almost everyone in the first 60 seconds. They slow down. They look around with a particular kind of attention, the attention of someone who suspects something interesting might be nearby. That response is not accidental. Most supermarkets carry around 40,000 products. Walmart stocks over 140,000. Costco carries roughly 3,700. Fewer products means lower inventory carrying costs. Fewer products means Costco's buyers can negotiate harder. Suppliers regularly accept thinner margins just to be stocked by Costco. Because each of those 3,700 products sells in enormous quantities. Products arrive on pallets. They are sold off pallets. No individual shelf stacking. No elaborate display. That warehouse simplicity is a cost reduction strategy, not an aesthetic choice. Then there is Kirkland Signature, Costco's private label brand. Many Kirkland products are manufactured by well-known third-party producers, though Costco generally does not disclose which ones publicly. What is publicly known is the scale. Kirkland Signature generates over $90 billion in annual sales, more than Nike's entire global revenue. The $5 rotisserie chicken, which Costco's CFO stated in 2015, was costing the company an estimated $30 to $40 million in annual losses, a figure that has likely grown since with rising food costs, sits at the very back of every warehouse. To reach it, you walk through the entire store, past the televisions, past the jewelry counter, past the wine sitting next to the seasonal items. And somewhere on that walk, something unplanned ends up in the cart. The average Costco member visits around 33 times a year and spends close to $100 per trip, around $3,200 annually. At a store they paid $65 to enter. Here is what most coverage of Costco misses entirely. On all those billions of dollars of product, the televisions, the salmon, the wine, Costco operates on an average markup of around 11%. After paying for staff, warehouses, utilities, and logistics, the products themselves generate margins that are very thin. The actual profit engine of this business is a card. In fiscal year 2025, Costco collected $5.3 billion in membership fees. That $5.3 billion represented well over 60% of Costco's total net profit for the year. Not revenue, profit. In the United States, Costco's membership renewal rate sits at a staggering 92.3%, confirmed in their 2025 annual filing. 9 out of 10 members just pay the renewal, without comparing alternatives. Netflix retains around 75% year to year. Amazon Prime retains around 90%. Costco, with no streaming service and no delivery network, retains 92.3%. Costco turns over its entire inventory roughly 12 to 13 times per year. Most traditional retailers manage 4 to 6. What that means in practice, Costco often collects cash from members before it pays suppliers for the goods. That is called negative working capital. It means Costco is effectively running part of its operation on money it has not yet paid out. That is a significant financial advantage, and one that rarely gets mentioned outside investor reports. Costco also pays its warehouse staff significantly above the retail industry average, often among the highest hourly wages in American retail. Lower turnover means lower hiring and training costs. Experienced staff make fewer errors, and a stable workforce improves the customer experience in ways that are difficult to quantify but easy to notice. The entire model is a loop. Costco charges a fee, uses that fee to buy an enormous volume, passes the savings to members. Members feel they are getting genuine value. Members renew. The cycle continues. What makes it difficult to copy is that each part depends on the others. And it took Costco 40 years to build it to this scale. Jim Sinegal stepped down in 2012 after nearly 30 years building this company. In interviews, he consistently said the same thing, that the model only works if the member genuinely believes the company is on their side. The moment that breaks, the moment the hot dog goes up, the loop stops. 145 million people pay to enter this store every year. Over 92% of them renew without much deliberation. Now here is what that actually means. And this is the part most people miss. When Costco sells you a television, they make almost nothing on it. When Costco sells you a rotisserie chicken, they lose money on it. But they know, with 92% certainty, that you will pay them $65 next year just to come back and do it again. Which means the real customer Costco is serving is not today's shopper. It is next year's member.